sad and I don't know why. Welcome to 5 Minutes to Happy. In 5 Minutes to Happy, what we do is we take 5-minute sessions, 5-minute discussions about certain topics about well-being and happiness. Okay, and we focus on developing yourself, developing meaningful relationships with others, and finding fulfilling work. So those are the kind of the 3 pillars that I teach in this session, this series called 5 Minutes to Happy. So let's jump right in. Today we're talking about this. We're talking about sadness. We're talking about I'm sad and I don't know why. Now, have you ever gotten that feeling, you wake up in the morning and you're just sad? I've experienced that. Or maybe you wake up, you're okay, but you're totally fine, and then you start going on social media. You first thing you do when you wake up, you open your phone, you scroll through it, and then maybe you read something news or on Facebook, and then you suddenly get sad. Have you experienced that? Let me know. And I know because I do the same thing sometimes, and sometimes I feel the same thing in. The sadness, the feeling of being unloved, the feeling of feeling like a failure. I felt the same way. Now, the first thing that we should do, okay, is counter that negative thinking, right? Those negative thoughts are not true. When we think, okay, I'm not someone who's lovable, or I am a failure. Which of these? Okay, remember, what are the other possible reasons you think now you'd feel sad? But I identified by there's feeling that you're unlovable and feeling that you're a failure. Those are some very common ones, and we have to remember, we have to take a step back from our emotions, okay, from our emotional response, and remind ourselves that these negative thoughts are not true. These negative thoughts are not true. And there's usually evidence to contradict our negative thinking when we can remember, I'm not a failure because, I was able to do this, I'm able to do that, and so on. So I'll spend more time on this in another session, but there's evidence. When we can think about it, we can say, this is not true. Another thing we can do is reach out. Okay, reach out to a friend, to a family member, or if you have a pet, you can just reach out to your pet. Someone to help you either rationalize and understand what you're going through, or just to make you feel loved. Like your dog will always make you feel loved if you have a dog. And that's often what we need. Someone to talk you through it, someone to support you, someone to make you feel loved. It helps us, it boosts us when we're feeling that sadness. And recently, last week, I was feeling sad because of COVID and the politics and everything, and I reached out to a friend. We were just chatting. I chatted with a friend, and she listened, and she helped me understand why I was sad. And then I just felt better. I just felt better because I reached out. That's something that you can do as well. That's something I would recommend for you to do. Okay, another thing we can do is just stop going on social media, stop looking at the news, because that triggers a lot of our sadness. And usually, we're sad, and then we go on our phone and we see more stuff, and we just get more sad, and then we're just stuck. It's like a never-ending cycle. Better yet, what you can do is put your phone away, which is usually the source of the sadness. Put your phone away and do something else. You can exercise, you can reach out to somebody, you can watch a funny TV show, something that doesn't require a phone. Try not to use your phone so that the notifications won't pop up. If you can have it on like a computer or on TV, diba? Watch a funny TV show. Or another thing you can try is meditation. Meditation, I highly recommend it. A lot of the successful people do meditation, and it helps for calm, it helps for focus, it helps for thinking, for clear thinking. Lastly, try to get moving. You can try to take a walk, you can try to exercise, take a shower. It's sometimes this physical activity is the push we need to snap out of whatever we're feeling, because we can gain momentum. If we're walking, if we're exercising, we can gain momentum, and that helps us out. Lastly, get enough sleep. And be mindful of what we eat. Our health is very important. And when we sleep, the exercise, what I mentioned earlier, physical activity, getting enough sleep, and being mindful of what we eat. Not so many carbs, especially at night, okay? Don't have too much rice at night. And we should usually be getting around 6 to 8 hours of sleep. So also the sugary stuff. which can be linked directly to mood swings, especially at night. You don't want to have sugar, okay, because that really affects us. Okay. What other tips can you add? Baka you have your own tips that you want to share them in the comments down below. Well, just to summarize what we talked about, what you should do, contradict your negative thinking, okay? And then meditation, stop going on social media, reach out to friends, family members, loved ones, or a pet. Watch something funny. You can rationalize and think about what you're going through, and try to get moving. Right. Next week, I'm going to be shifting to a 10 a.m. schedule next week. I actually prefer doing this at 10 in the morning. So if you follow, on Monday we have our Monday motivations. That's always on Tuesday, 10 a.m. We're talking about dealing with our own internal weaknesses, how we deal with them. And on Friday, we're answering the question, can money buy happiness? Okay, thank you guys once again. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Okay guys, bye-bye.